Welcome back to Face to Face. We're doing the introduction show just before everything. You're here with Hayden Jones, sports commentator and journalist, joined here by Brad Norman, former soccer player and now a boxing manager. He's come officially up to the biggest and best sports in the world, and you're operating within the space really efficiently. Episode 2 already underway. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
What's up, Hayden? What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 2 of Face to Face. We have a very exciting face-to-face coming up after this, and we have some cool topics to get through today.
We do indeed. Starting with the WBC Grand Prix. Let's get into that. I mean,
soft.
The trio that went there. Obviously, it's a really difficult competition. Let's put it in perspective. Firstly, I mean, to get to a semi-final first is a difficult one, but the fact that they made it there, we should be proud of them. Yeah.
So let's actually go through the whole semi-finals itself of the WBC Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Firstly, to get there, the guys had to. We started off with 132 people. I think 32 per division, and to get to the semi-finals is an amazing achievement because it's a round robin.
Yeah.
You go in your bracket and you can get whoever. So you literally fight 1 month. You have 6 weeks in between to prepare for your next opponent, and your next opponent you get, the second round, you actually didn't even know who we were fighting. The brackets only got made after the second round. So you could literally have been matched with anyone. And it's not a lot of time to prepare for so many opponents. So, yeah, we had 3 South Africans make it to the semi-final, which is more than any other nation. I think there was 42 countries that entered to start with. And for South Africa to have the most is an incredible achievement in its own.
Yeah, we took out, I think, the Americans, we beat. There's some credible nations there that we had beaten as well. Should we break it down fight by fight, fighter by fighter?
Let's open this up. Let's go to our tournament.
You got your stats already. And,
I got all our fights. So I'm sure a lot of you watched it. It was live on YouTube for free on DAZN's YouTube. It was free on Ring Magazine's YouTube, and it had a crazy amount of streams. So the guys that participate in this are big names now in the boxing world. I mean, the guy who fought Becky Caesar, and might say we'll get to that fight, was the most followed boxer this week on BoxRec. So he's trending. So it just shows you. And number 3 was the guy that fought Baby G. So these guys are world-known boxers now. Yeah. So, should we start it off with the first fight? We'll go quickly through the fights that didn't involve the South Africans.
Let's do the South Africans.
Because I'm sure everyone wanted to see the South Africans, but I'll quickly touch on them since I was there.
Yeah. So your in-person review, because you were in Saudi for all but 1 day jet lagged as you came back home.
Well, no jet lag, just tired from the traveling. Because, I think it's a 1 hour time difference. So the first fight was Tursunov versus Lausanne in the super lightweight division. Tursunov is number 1 amateur in the world. Before this going in, the man he fought amateurs at this super lightweight, and now he's fighting pro at super lightweight, which means he's not actually cutting weight. He's
going to cut more when he goes after this tournament.
I don't know. The guy just rocks up and beats everyone.
Maybe it's beneficial, eh?
Yeah, he turns into a little ninja turtle. That's I don't know if you've seen him. He's literally a shell.
And he comes forward.
And he just comes forward and beats up everyone. He fought Michael Adesadon, who's he's a Nigerian but local fighter here in South Africa.
That was the first round of the tournament. Yeah, that's unlucky for Michael.
Yeah, that was a bad...
Luck of the draw, they call it. Luck of the draw.
He lost a guy that went to the final. So it just shows you all the South Africans that went to and including him, he's a Nigerian, lost to guys that made it to the final. And he beat Lausanne, who's a really good Ukrainian boxer.
Yeah, good fight.
Yeah, now let's get to the first of the South Africans to fight.
It was Carlos Utria against Ntetelelo and Nkosi, the same weight division. So it was an interesting one because I don't think a lot of people could expect a first round knockout. Because it's not Utria is a puncher. We saw that when he was in his home country. He was boxing really well, knocking everyone out. Came to this WBC Grand Prix from Colombia. He came here, he wasn't knocking everyone out. He started off with a knockout in his first round. Then he went to points twice. Then against Nkosi, we knew he could punch, but I mean, that was just out of the script.
Yeah, so Utria, he won the second fight, but he was almost like a show-off boxer, he was just outclassing these guys, and we thought maybe the guy he had fought wasn't at the level of him. So it was he looked really good, and there was a big talk about him. I don't know if you've seen his Instagram at Carlos Utria, that there's a video from Canelo actually wishing him luck for the fight.
I heard he's joining the camp after this.
Eddie Reynoso contacted him. He comes from a village in Colombia. I think his dad's a bus driver. The whole village, turned out, if you go to the WBC Boxing Grand Prix page, you'll see videos of guys the whole town celebrating. Everyone was watching him. So he fought Baby G, who's trained by Damien Durant and Coach Andy. And obviously we thought this was a fight that he could win. Going in, Baby G's a slow starter, and with this tournament, it's a six round fight. So he sort of had to adapt his style because he's a 12-round fighter. He's a SA champion. He's used to those 12 rounds longer fights. So usually what he does, he starts slowly, and he people look like they're beating him the first 2 rounds. That's usually what happens. But he came out a bit hotter than usual this time, and he was getting caught, but it looked like, okay, he had it under control, and he's going to start getting inside and working you. That's what we all, we're watching it from the change room, like, nah, he's going to fall into his web and he's going to catch him. Because Utrio's super fast, I must say. And then next thing you know, he catches him, I think, on the equilibrium here behind the ear.
Of course, he didn't know where he was at that stage as well. Yeah.
But what he did try to do, so that's where I think people were confused, like, why didn't he take a knee? Why didn't he take a knee? So he was going backwards. Obviously, he was a bit...
Yeah, he was holding on to the rope.
Yeah, so what happens, he was going backwards, and he was trying to get his legs, and it wasn't coming. He thought, okay, I'll go by the rope so I can get up easier for once I take a knee. And he got to the rope, and his arm actually got tangled in the rope while he was trying to go down. And then the guy started landing on him, and he was like defending with one arm, and the ref stopped it. So he got caught on the rope. I don't know if he would have recovered. I think he may have, and it would be a completely different fight.
I don't know. He looked quite hurt to me. I don't know if he would have recovered. But to be honest, I think he was quite dazed at that point. I know a warrior fighter is always going to say, I was fine, I could have continued. But from what it looked like, I know we're looking at it from a broadcast, which from my point of view as a commentator is the best view you're going to get. Sometimes in person, you don't get the full picture because you're sitting in one position.
Yeah.
See, the broadcast shows all the angles. I don't know. He didn't look like Utria looked like he hurt him, and that was
He was hurt. He definitely was hurt. But if he had taken a knee, I would like to have... He tried to take a knee. He literally got stuck in the rope. It was super frustrating because we all think that Baby G could have beaten him because he's one of our best boxers actually in the country.
When you're standing and you're getting hit continuously, that's the reason why the referee would do the right job.
Ref was 100% right. He was getting caught with one arm and he was facing sideways. He could have got hurt. Even maybe it took one punch too many there. But he wasn't afterwards. He was okay. He wasn't...
It's good to know he's
concussion, go doctor's check. He just got rocked early. And that's what we were saying in our episode before when we were talking about Lima. You get rocked early and you don't recover. At least Lima... he had the chance, and then he was rocked. But we don't know with Baby G if he would have recovered or not and come back to win that fight because he has a lot of power and he's a great boxer.
Yeah, it's a shame because he was the first introduction that we had on the evening of the South African, and then sort of set a trend for the evening.
Yeah, so in boxing there's no such things as teams. Just because there were 3 South Africans, everyone...
But you guys did eat together.
We ate together, we spent time together, but everyone had their separate camps. So it's not like, everyone was like, oh, Team South Africa lost 3 fights. No, we just were 3 South Africans left. No one else, no other countries had another person left.
Yeah.
That was the difference. So So obviously, Damian's going to sit with Baby G and they're going to see what they're going to do next.
Maybe like an SA title, come back and reclaim.
There's also a possibility of moving him up to welterweight that I heard. So, keep... Baby G's not gone. He's still young.
No, for sure. He's like 29, I think.
And I think he lost a guy that's 12-0. So... The best thing about the WBC Grand Prix is that you fight against guys that are unbeaten, that are the best in their country, possibly. So it's better than losing to some no-name that you're trying to build your record with. So
okay, quick one, Brad, because we got 2 more South Africans to go. I'm just going to throw out a prediction. You don't have to go too much into it. Utria or Turbanov, who wins in the final?
I would have said Utria, but this Tursunov just beats everyone. It's the most random thing you've ever seen. He just goes into his little tortoise shell, the Ninja Turtle, and he just...
You love this song.
No, you got to see it. You have to see it. He rounds himself, and then he just throws from every single angle, doesn't get tired, doesn't get hurt, and then just, I don't know. I feel like he's probably sparring today. It's like the weirdest thing I've ever...
That's his mental...
Yeah, he's...
I think Utria, I think he's got something special.
Yeah, he does, but I don't know. This guy knows how to win. He's never lost in amateurs.
It's always good when you have like a 50-50 top fight because then it's like, who's going to win? We don't know. But I'd go Utria, you go Turbanov. Let's see how it plays out.
Tursunov's my guy. He beat my guy, and my guy said he hit him with the cleanest left hook he's ever hit someone, and the guy just looked at him, and I was like, okay, get on your bicycle, let's try and get this guy.
Golovkin-esque.
Yeah, so after that, the third fight, you had then we moved to the featherweights, which is Becky Cizwe's division. You had the Italian Kamali versus the Frenchman Valverde Jr., which ended in a quick knockout. I don't see either of those two would have won in the final.
Like Brandon, the next fight is the danger man.
Yeah, so we'll skip that fight. Well done to Kameli. He's also a former WBC youth champion, so he does have quality. And he did do his camp in Tacapelico. It's this like random place. It's where Sico fought in Mexico. It's in the mountains. So
I remember. It's also yeah, got you.
So let's see what happens with that. But I don't see anyone getting past the next person we're talking about. And yeah.
Devastating body shot. Becky couldn't recover from that one. That was a definite, like he dropped him first with it. Becky wasn't fully recovered and he hit him on the exact same spot again. But the thing with him, he's got devastating punching power.
So let's let's go
to the measure.
Yeah. So Brandon is probably the top prospect in Mexico right now. And to be the top prospect in Mexico means you have to be something incredible.
Boxing's like their number one sport, no?
Yeah, so he's literally the number one prospect in the whole of Mexico, and we knew that going in. So, like I said, the hard part is Becky prepared, but he have 6 weeks to prepare. And 6 weeks to prepare for the top prospect in Mexico is not enough. And I don't think he really prepares for you because he's just got this come forward, not reckless.
He struggled in the first round against Becky, though.
So Becky won the first round. The second round, some people had Becky winning, some had him winning. So Becky's got beautiful style. He's like got the Tommy Hearns boxing style. But this guy he's got a lot of head movement and feints, and he just somehow closes the distance.
I think he's got a good intellector's issue because the way he closed the gap, like the first round he couldn't read the distance.
No.
The second round he picked up on it, and that's when Becky was really struggling because then Becky started switching.
Yeah.
He couldn't find his feet because I think your original plan, I don't know your original plan, but I would have thought that southpaw would have been the best option to stay there, but
Becky, he's able to change. He's an orthodox southpaw. He's the same. But the problem was that he was landing his hook either way. So he lunges in, but he lunges in not with one punch. It's like 3-4 punches. So he always catches you at the end of one of those punches. But Becky took his punches to the chin better than anyone who, before this, the guy is 11-0 with 10 knockouts or something. So the punches to the chin, Becky took perfect. Wasn't hurt, wasn't rocked. He felt it, obviously, but took it perfectly. And then he started raising his guard a little bit, and this guy started noticing it and started coming to the body.
Well, that's a quality boxer right there. I mean, what do we do next with Becky? Because, I mean, you obviously Damien had a conversation with him. Telelo. What did you guys have with talk with the Maite?
Yeah, so obviously he got stopped to the body, which anyone could get stopped to the body. That doesn't mean you can't train your body. You can't train your liver to take a punch. So he got hit with a monster shot that's gone viral on Instagram, which is horrible. It's nice when your guy goes viral for knocking someone out.
It's going to be on the highlight reels of the final, for sure.
It's horrible, but what can you do? But afterwards, Becky was fine, no rib injury, nothing. He said, I was like, what happened? He's like, I got hit to the body. I was like, was it like hit by a car? He's like, no, it was like being hit by the cow train. So I was like, okay, fair enough. That was a monster shot.
Him saying that as well.
Yeah, I was laughing. So we were laughing about it like it's boxing. You can't change what happened. I think maybe this guy will probably, after this, I think he'll win the final. And then after that, he'll fight for WBC silver. But they might even just go straight for a world title because he's literally ready. He's ranked high enough. And give Becky will come back maybe in December. Because he's not hurt. He didn't get cut. He didn't get a thing. He just got stopped to the body. Could happen to anyone.
Wait. You said come back in December.
Yeah.
Where?
So December, Warrior Sim Promotions is doing a show in Mitchell's Plain.
Okay.
13 December. We haven't announced it officially yet, the main fight. But in the next couple of days, weeks, we'll announce that. Okay. So maybe Becky will come back. Depends, because there's been a lot of weight cuts in a row.
Right.
Yeah, so he's 100%. He lost to one of the best boxers in the world. We're not worried at all about his situation. He can take a punch. He mixed it with one of the best boxers in the tournament and got caught with a body shot.
Yeah, as you said, luck of the draw. Lucky a lot of these guys didn't catch some of these guys early in the tournament. Well, some of them did, just not the South African guys.
No, well, I mean, Becky, to get to the final, beat 3 undefeated boxers in a row. He beat the guy that they thought would be fighting this guy in the final.
Iman Lee?
Yeah, so Becky's done unreal. I mean, to lose to that guy, it is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
It is what it is. We carry on to the middleweights. Sure. There were no South Africans in the middleweights.
Middleweights is the least interesting division in this whole competition. Not just because the South Africans are not there, but like, I just looked at it. I think Biggs probably goes all the way.
That's my guy.
In this one,
I love that guy.
But I don't see anyone else. Like, if I come, this, and I was having this conversation with someone the other day. Biggs, even if he wins this tournament, you can't see him against a Yanni Beck or something like that. Like, it's dangerous zones territory.
I don't know if you're right about that. It's different on the broadcast. You haven't heard these guys' punches. Biggs, Biggs fought Nikita Tszyu in his third fight or something, and he dropped Nikita Tszyu.
I'm not speaking to the, like, I'm saying Biggs is really good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, a Yanni Beck is like a...
Yeah, but he's also like 30 something, and Biggs is, they're all under 25.
So you think Biggs beats Yanni Beck?
Not now, he's like 23.
He waits him out, or...
Yeah, so these guys are like under 25 years old. So
the winner of the tournament, fights for the WBC silver title. So they...
I don't know who the champion is.
Okay.
Silver. We'll have to check that and put it on screen.
Yeah.
But maybe even for all the divisions. But Biggs is a great fighter, and then that Slick, the guy from Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
good.
He's a good fighter.
No, because Sinistera can punch. I mean, this guy stopped everyone. And then...
2 undefeated.
Yeah, so the middleweights you may have not loved, but trust me, the quality's there. It's different in person.
I was really impressed by the featherweights. I think the featherweights for me were up there.
We lost to the best featherweight with Becky, so no. Then we go to the big boys, like my friend Sahil on the couch over there, the big boys. So yeah, first fight in the heavyweights was our Keaton Gomes versus Krinic from Bosnia. He looks how he sounds, and he looks like weight. Yeah, he was 235 pounds. I think it was
big boy,
massive. So he had 30 kgs on Keaton going in, but 30 kgs going in on Keaton. Keaton outboxed him, landed flurries, and in my view, Keaton won that fight.
Right, and I was about to say, like, I think what also, although it was a split decision loss for Keaton, and it was a very close fight, but I also thought Keaton had the edge there. But the 12-ounce gloves made a big difference in this fight. So I think Keaton with a 10-ounce would have probably put him away, especially in that 5th round where he caught him flush.
He rocked him on the bell, like just as before the bell, and the guy caught on to Keaton. And so that means he should have won that round. So the thing that confuses me with this fight is after 4 rounds, I think they had it a draw. No, they had Keaton 2 up.
Sorry, after 2 rounds, they had Keaton up. After 4 rounds, they had the opponent 2 up.
How is that possible?
So then the last, I don't know.
So I need to...
Yeah, because the 2 judges had it a draw.
There's 5 judges.
So there's 5 judges. 2 judges had it a draw. 2 judges had Keaton up after round 2, which means that they scored 3 and 4 to the Bosnian, which would have evened it up and given the guys that had the draw after round 2 to Krinic. That's how it would have been scored.
It's just super confusing, because for me, there's no ways Keaton didn't win 5 and 6 and 1 and 2. So I don't know what happened there. The 5 judges thing was a new idea that they brought in for me. I didn't personally like it because you don't know which. It's just so even now looking at the scores.
On a split, I mean, how do you just decide?
I don't know. It's like 58, 56, 58, 56, 58, 57, 57, 59. Why do we need 5 judges? It didn't make any difference. It's even more confusing. So for me, it's the best I've ever seen Keaton fight. Peter had him...
all out there.
No, he fought really well. Keaton can also make bridgerweight, which I think...
He goes back to probably, I think.
But in SA as a heavyweight, I don't see any of the South African heavyweights beating Keaton. I know he lost to Sean, but he had a broken jaw. I think he will... the way he fought that fight against that monster, he'll destroy anyone here locally. In my personal point of view, that's what I see. No,
I'm just looking at the next one as well, just thinking about the next fights and the heavyweights that he has to come up against. I mean,
No, the guy he lost to will win the competition, definitely. The other guy, the next fight was this really large fella, I'd say. Large fella.
Is that a nice way of saying
Yeah, large man. And then he fought the Ramirez, the Argentinian, who's the WBC youth cruiserweight champion. He doesn't
Regan
even make 100 kilograms.
Yeah.
Regan also had him rocked.
Yeah.
So... yeah, for me, Krinic will win, but Keaton should be in the final. That's just my...
And he would have won it. He would have won the whole thing if he had, had given him the...
That would have been a great fight, Keaton versus Ramirez.
Because they're similar size guys.
It's pretty much 2 bridgerweights fighting each other. But it is what it is, and that was the Grand Prix. I think the finals will be either the 20th or the 25th of December. I encourage...
On Christmas Day.
Well, maybe not the 20th. Well, Saudi, I don't know if they celebrate Christmas. But... if you're allowed to watch TV on Christmas, I don't know the rules.
No, I'm sure you are.
Yeah, then put that on, because the final is going to be unreal. This card was unbelievable. This card could have been a pay-per-view anywhere in the world. I mean, your first fight, you had the 2 top amateurs in the world fighting each other in the pros. So,
well, one thing I do want to mention about this WBC, although it's brought a lot of exposure to our boxers, I'm talking from like a South African point of view, financially it's changed their lives as well. I think a lot of these guys were at parts of their career where they were not earning great, and now they are.
Yeah. So obviously the hard part now is you're not going to earn the same locally.
Yeah.
So you need to get yourself back overseas. But like I said in our previous episode, our guys go overseas too old. These guys went when they're young, which means people know who they are now. Get them 2-3 fights, proper fights, maybe winning SA titles or whatever it is.
Send them
they
back.
go back overseas and they'll make the same money again because promoters know who they are. They know the quality they have. So what the Grand Prix has done for their career is changed their lives. And remember, these guys are all under 25. They've still got 8 years in boxing. So
you work closely with the WBC, obviously WBC South Africa. So do they do this again next year?
There's rumors of it happening next year. I'd love for it to happen next year. Maybe they do different weight categories next year. But these guys are stars now. Like here, overseas, guys will know who they are. All the promoters know who they are. Let's see. Let's watch the final and let's see what happens next year. But if it is next year, I encourage everyone to sign up and try register. Obviously, the committee will pick who goes through. But they'll definitely take South Africans again because... Look how well we did.
Look at the turnout, That's phenomenal.
And let's go on to our next topic then.
That was a nice one, WBC Grand Prix. Really was a special tournament for us South Africans. So it's not like a lot of people would have expected first round knockouts of all of our guys. That's everyone says South African boxing.
People underestimate the level of African boxing. African boxing is the exact same as American boxing, Mexican boxing, European boxing. The only difference is opportunities and the number of fights and experience. They have guys at 23 with 23 fights. We have guys 23 with 6 fights. And they beat us on experience every time. Now that guys in South Africa are active, all Africans are fighting against South Africa with all the cards going on, all the promoters, this Grand Prix. The guys are getting that experience and now they're going to compete for world titles all the time. So I think it's the turn of Africa in terms of boxing.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, let's see. And then on that note, talking about Africans going overseas, we have Kuse going away, flying today for a world title.
Yeah, I think
WBC.
I think they arrive at 5 p.m. South Africa time. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what they said. They're going to be there. It's a long flight to the Philippines.
It's not the best.
Yeah, but they're going there for a really good reason. They're going about 8 days, 9 days out, so they got full time to prepare. They've had a long camp. They've obviously had the Malajikas in their camp. They've had Bevan Sibanda before his Achilles tendon injury.
Yeah. So just tell us. So the fight is when? Next week, Wednesday or something?
On Wednesday, 29th of October.
So it's going to be Melvin Jerusalem versus...
We might live stream it from the office,
Really? That'll be cool.
On the TV.
Yeah.
We can talk about it live.
That'll be very cool. Maybe we do that. We'll see if you people still like us. Melvin Jerusalem versus Kuse for the WBC minimum weight champion.
Correct, yes.
That's massive. We've only ever had 3 WBC world champions in the whole history of WBC. Of South Africa.
Never been one from the Eastern Cape either.
Wow. So he's got a chance to make history. It's Thriller in the Manila
50th anniversary.
And a 50th anniversary card. There's some big names on it, but just to be the headlining act, that's massive. That's history in itself. So no matter what happens, I think he's already made history just by being in that fight.
Yeah, Simpiwe Congo fought for the WBC world title, for the exact same title in Thailand.
Yeah.
Just came short against one of the best boxers at the time, the undefeated boxer. He was going, I don't know if you remember, he made like a crazy record of like 55-0. But Jerusalem's a much more beatable champion. If we look at him, I'm not saying he's a great boxer, but he's 34 years of age. It could be a great time for Kuse to be catching him. Because the smaller guys, they age a lot faster.
That's true. They've had a lot more fights and they usually go a lot more rounds.
2 exceptions, Maurizio Mtsilane and Jackson Chauke. 2 exceptions, but the rest of them usually don't age too well past 35.
So this is a massive opportunity. Kuse, we've seen him he's beaten Bevan Sibanda, which was a massive win. And then we saw him in his last fight where he showed a few vulnerabilities. I think he got dropped in the first round at Empress Palace. And then he came back to destroy the guy, but let's see.
Strong guy, also Filipino. So
yeah, so it was the right fight to have before fighting this guy.
Yeah, in fact, Salva might be almost the same level as Jerusalem. He was 20-2 hard fighter. I think he was like number 5 in the WBC or something like that as well. So good fighter.
Yeah, so I think we wish him the best of luck. Oh, I see.
There he is there on the screen.
On the screen now. With Carl. And then on that card, just to mention quick, we have the grandson of Muhammad Ali, Nico Ali Welsh.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's pretty cool.
And Chris the Wolf Thompson is on there as well.
So he's fighting for the interim WBA heavyweight
RBA title.
RBA.
Yeah, he's fighting that RBA league, that
I
Russia.
have no comment on that.
The RBA league.
Yes. Yeah, I just know that's
He's fighting the champion though, the heavyweight RBA heavyweight
apparently he's a
champion.
really good fighter from Russia.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
he's in for a hard night, but let's see what Chris can do with his awkward southpaw
Sorry,
style.
I see that Chris is on the list there that you wanted to bring up, that he's got a fight there. But is he on the poster? Or is the RBA separate?
I don't know. It's quite confusing. There's like 6 promoters of this tournament. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Everyone jumped on board.
Yeah,
with the Thriller
but I think
Manila.
that's really cool. Muhammad Ali's grandson's on the card of the Thriller Manila. I think that's quite a cool thing to be seeing.
And Marlon Tapales as well there.
Yeah, Marlon Tapales. You got
Good fighter.
this guy here from Venezuela. I watched him at the convention in Germany. He fought. He's really good, super welterweight, but he might be fighting a middleweight for this fight. So it's quite a nice card, big event, and headlined by a South African, which is massive.
Massive, yeah. No, all the fans will be packed in. Obviously, everyone's going to want to impress Manny Pacquiao as well, who's the main promoter of the tournament.
Is he the main promoter?
That's what it says there.
It could just be advertising. He's still fighting.
He's the ambassador.
I hear that he might be fighting. They're saying he might fight Teofimo Lopez in January.
I mean, it's
quite a cool fight.
I mean, it depends. Not my flavor, but yeah, I think he's come back against Barrios. Was not a good one for Barrios because guy's 47 years old and he's getting a draw with you.
He's Pac-Man.
I know, but let's be relative. Look at Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Yeah, well, he's like 50 something. That's different. But fair enough. So I think we should move on to our next topic, which is this weekend's tournament, Fight Island.
Fight Island, yeah, interesting tournament. This is going to be.
Let me open the bill for you.
We said it before, like Cape Town needed like a really strong tournament. This is a nice way to finish the year. Obviously, you guys are collaborating a lot, so there's a lot of good fighters in and around the country that come together. But I think this showcases a lot of Cape Town's talent. If you saw, it's their sort of best fighters on one tournament against opponents. You looked at it like you got Prince on the tournament, Sarah's there.
There it is, I got it
Dylan Prosser's there.
So Fight Island is this Saturday, 25 October.
Oh, that's the order there.
What's really cool is it's at Carvo Beach Club. I think it used to be Shimmies for the
Shimmies.
your generation of party goers.
Yeah, Shimmies.
So Shimmy Beach Club, Carvo Beach Club. I don't know if tickets are sold out. They might still be available. You should check out on Fight Island's Instagram.
We've got two people from Joburg there though.
Yeah, so your main event, it's not actually in order, but I think your main event is actually an exhibition fight that's involving
Don Madge.
Don Madge, who used to fight in the UFC and the PFL.
Yeah.
And he's fighting Ramaliba, who's like a bare knuckle champion of Limpopo. He's got a bit of a boxing record, not a great one. Got stopped by 10 down our tournament recently. So that's their main event.
Which round?
I don't know when he got stopped by 10 down. Like 4 or something. Yeah.
Okay.
He's not the most durable, but let's see. That's also Madge's first boxing match.
I think what what it's billed as is he's a bare knuckle champion from Limpopo. I think let's just go with that one.
Yeah, Mats and Sava did
the research there.
They sorted that fight out. Ramaliba. Maybe he shocks everyone and beats Don Madge. That would be a disaster of note.
Sure.
That would be, but I don't see that. Don Madge, I saw him in the gym. He's massive. He's huge. He's quite scary.
Actually a good boxer though, to be fair. Like he's done a lot of boxing sparring as well.
No, he's a good boxer. So I think maybe after this, maybe he'll get into boxing full time. Let's see.
I see your old friend Sabelo Ngubiana's there. He's fighting Sanele Sequay.
Yeah, that's a Golden Gloves boxer, Sanele Sequay, and Sabelo's the man that just never goes away.
Sabelo, I remember when you traveled to Mexico with him, and it was a
No, I wasn't with him. I helped him he fought for WBC silver against. I let Sabelo.
Oh, you went on his own, huh?
Yeah, Sabelo does his own thing. Okay. If anyone knows Sabelo, he does his own thing. Now, Sabelo went there to fight for WBC silver against David Picasso, which is a really good boxer, and he won like the first 3 rounds.
Went with Sali. Sali was his coach for that
fight.
I think that one.
Because Sabelo's a one-man show.
Yeah. Picks and does what...
Yeah, so his last outing wasn't very good.
Against JJ.
Yeah, Sonjika stopped him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this was the right fight for him, to be honest.
But at the moment, I think he's just fighting, if that makes sense. Like, there's no real calculation to this fight. It's just like, I need to fight Sequay.
I just don't want him to get hurt, though, because, I mean, his last fight, he didn't get, like... You can get knocked out in court,
small for JJ.
but he got hurt quite badly. Like, he was I don't know. Let's see what happens. It's been sanctioned. I mean, Sanele is also a big puncher, so I don't know. But Sabelo
good amateur background as well.
Good amateur. He's only 3-0. Sabelo's had 15, 20, how many? 30 fights already, but he's only won 15 of those. So I don't know. Let's just see. I'm not looking forward to watching that one, let's just say. But Sabelo always finds a way to survive in the ring and sneaky. He's got his veteran tricks. Then we've got a few other fights on quite a big card. You've got, which other fight you look? You've got Tristan Naidu, your guy.
Yeah, Tristan Naidu, he's coming on.
Everyone's guy.
So I see they got fight win probabilities there as well. So Tristan's got like a 90% probability, well, 89% probability of winning. Is that voted by the fans?
I think that's BoxRec's prediction according to results in the last few fights. So obviously his opponent's 1 and 3.
You got such a much better interface than what I've got.
I must get the paid version.
The paid version.
The paid version.
Sponsored by Warrior Sense.
Yeah, I'll let you log into my account. It's fine. Then we've got, so you've got Aseko fighting. He's defending his...
Good fighter.
What is that?
WBC.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you understand?
Nothing. He's fighting against Saul Kongwane for a title. And Saul's also a veteran. He didn't have a good outing his last time, but he went the distance with Kaya, who's now the current WBC youth champion. So that's and he also hasn't fought in a while, Aseko. I know there was some management problems and stuff and promotional, but I see now he's with Sava and Matt and they're putting him on. So let's see how he does.
Yeah, good talent. I saw that, I don't know if you saw the call out for Titeto Matikinka. He said that him and Prince would be a good fight, and I concur.
Then there has to be something on the line for that then.
Definitely. Maybe you put a WBC Africa on the line there.
That sounds like a good fight. So
it makes sense.
I don't know who promotes Tisetso. I think
Tisetso is,
he's managed by Sean, but I don't know.
Yeah, Kolo Boxing is handling his career, but I don't think he's signed per se.
Yeah, so I don't know who will put that on. Maybe Fight Island will put that on. It'll be a sick fight. You got Prosser fighting against Sanele Mbata. I don't see Sanele doing very well in that fight. So Prosser's a bit of a puncher.
Is that the boxing main event, that one?
I think that's the boxing main event, and according to the odds, Sanele has a 1% chance of winning, which means he's still got a chance. That's like everything in boxing. So that's the main event. Dylan's looking super dangerous. I mean, he beat John Popape, who's a former African Boxing Union champion, his last fight in a war. So I think maybe they're giving him a softer touch for this one because he just came out of a massive fight.
That's not really, like if I look at like Prosser versus Mbata, I mean, like, is there no one else in the country?
There is like not a lot of guys in the light heavy and super middleweight and cruiserweight. I think there's 2 guys. So we are missing.
Dylan also, he must be on the verge of fighting for that light heavyweight title or challenging it.
Super middle, yeah.
Sorry, super middleweight.
Yeah, super middle. So I think there's a few good guys. Obviously, you got Leo, you got Gary, you said, you got the guy fighting Don John. So super middleweight's actually a nice division. So maybe they're all just getting ready to fight each other.
Or do you do like a Super 4 tournament as well?
Yeah, that could be cool. And I'm sure they could make that happen. So I think after this, we'll see a big fight for Dylan. And he's a good fighter. Then also on the card, you got Sarah, you've got Mikhail Jacobs, and you've got, Hannah's not on this fight. I don't know why that's there. So anyways, I think we should move on to what's coming up internationally.
Yeah.
And that is?
That's this weekend, eh?
This weekend, what we got? Tell us.
Wardley against Parker, the heavyweights. This is a dream heavyweight. This is, in fact, this is the number 1 contendership for the world heavyweight title against Alexander Usyk.
If he doesn't vacate his title.
Usyk, don't do that.
Do we want to see Wardley versus Usyk, or do we want to see
Parker versus Usyk?
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. Because I think that you got that youngster Moses Itama who's lurking in the background. And if you're Alexander Usyk, you want to finish with the 1 good win, and he beats both Wardley and Parker, in my opinion. And then he can set off into the sunset.
He said he's fighting till 42 or something, if he posted the other day.
Then he's going to have to meet Itoma. I don't know.
And he says he's not fighting Itoma, but I heard on another podcast, like they said, he doesn't want to fight Itoma, because if he says he wants to fight Itoma, then he won't get paid what he wants to get paid. So he has to not want the fight for it to happen.
Then
maybe the next year. So big, that was sort of the tactics. But Wardley versus Parker, I don't know. I don't see Wardley beating Parker. Parker's been beating everyone.
And Wardley as well. I mean, he's been losing fights and then catching guys. Like that's his mandate, is to come and knock someone out later.
Yeah, he doesn't win on points.
No, he doesn't. He's not the best boxer the world's ever seen. I
think he was a white collar boxer.
Really, that's an accomplishment then for him to get this far in his career.
And Parker's just the unstoppable force from New Zealand that's just been the mandatory for the world title for like the last 5 years.
I think more than anything, he deserves it. Like, I think I don't even think he needed to go through Wardley. I think he should have just been given the world title shot.
I know. But he is the interim world champion, and he has been the world champion before. I think he beat Andy Ruiz.
The problem is the hold up with Usyk fighting, like obviously rematches and stuff. It sets it back, and those are the money fights.
Yeah, and there's nothing really you can do. But what I do like about him is he has kept active. He's beaten Martin Bakole. He's beaten Deontay Wilder.
I think that Martin Bakole highlight reel of Parker has got to be his biggest like moments of his fight career, because obviously Martin he still is feared, but like one of the most feared heavyweights, and then he came in short notice. Parker put him out, and it was such a great look.
He came in on extremely short notice. He literally flew in the day of the weigh-in. He got there massive. I know, it's your homeboy. I was also super upset. Yeah. We all know Martin. I mean,
Martin's quality,
yeah, he's so good, but just doesn't train and does his belly dancing things on Instagram, and I don't know. He let us down that day. But yeah, like you said, short notice, but then they gave him the comeback against Efia Jagba, and he did even worse. I don't know what happened. So, I don't know. Martin hit the big time, living good in Scotland, but we need him to get back to the real Martin Bakole, because he can beat anyone on his day as well.
Yeah, good to have a world champion also from Africa as well, which would be great for our brand. And
he could be frustrating. Martin.
So good.
What is he doing? And then, so those are predictions. You say you got Parker. I also have Parker. Yeah. I don't see Wardley stopping Parker. If he does, I feel super bad for Parker, because he's been the guy in waiting for so long.
Yeah, he's done it all. He deserves the title shot.
So let's finish with predictions.
Yes.
Parker, Wardley. We got Parker. We got Thompson versus that other guy. That's the double.
I'm gonna go Thompson.
You got your homeboy.
I'm gonna go local. Yeah, and also got more
Kuse as
professionals. Kuse got a hard fight. I'll go Kuse.
Yeah,
I'll go Kuse.
So you say Kuse, Brian Mitchell, and Manny Fernandez team. Yeah. They come back with the world title.
And then we meet them at the airport.
Then we meet them at OR Tambo when they're all jet lagged. Yeah. And then
have to address the media side.
Oh, and then Lutongo versus Cat.
Hard to predict. I'm commentating on the fight, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna predict that fight. I can't commentate on a fight I predict.
Fair enough. So that's our predictions.
What are you predicting?
I'm not predicting nothing. I'm predicting I'll be there watching. Let the people predict. I'll only start predicting when we get a betting sponsor.
Yes, then you put the odds there.
Then I'll start predicting.
Hold on a second. So you got we later in the show. Yeah. So they're going to come in like a few minutes time. We're going to have Kat and Lutango on the couch with us, and then we
feel like they've been here already, but I don't know. That's just their presence.
It's a premonition. It's okay. We'll see them soon.
We'll see them soon.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll catch up again. Obviously, this beautiful collaboration face to face with Hayden and Brad. Looking forward to the next one. Brad, anything lastly?
No. See you guys next week. When are we coming out with this episode?
This is Saturday.
See you guys on Saturday.